What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stock Market Review with Luwep Trading. Coach Lud here, and we are right about to get into it. So today, the market got hit with three different news all at once. So what did we have today? As you guys already very aware, we're supposed to have consumer price index. Data dropped. We had FOMC meetings, so rate cut decisions being dropped as well. And we also have some additional information regarding what's going on in the Middle East. You guys are well aware of the war going on in the Middle East, or if you want to call it an incursion, whichever verbiage you want to see it. But as long as bombs are dropping on both sides, missiles are dropping, that's a war. All right. The S&P 500 actually dropped about 1.4%. The Dow fell over 768 points, hitting a brand new low today for the year. The Nasdaq pulled back about 1.46%. PPI came in scorching hot this morning. So inflation is actually rising. Wholesale inflation surged 0.7% on the month, more than double what Wall Street was actually expecting. So you know this is not going to hit things well. But even that, right early in the morning, the market was still somewhat stable. It wasn't really going down as much, really. Then the Fed really held interest rates. Not only that the Fed held interest rates, but Jerome Powell sound very, very hawkish. There's a couple of things that he mentioned that you must know. What he said, which really got the market going down, is the fact that unemployment is not as low. The rate unemployment rate is not as low, is not as high. Excuse me, it's not higher simply because some people have given up because they have been looking for jobs for such a long time and they cannot find anything. They just give up. They just pretty much give up. This is what's called participation rate. So there's less people trying to look for a job because maybe they want to take a break because they've been looking for jobs for so long, or for those people that just got laid off, maybe they're not looking for jobs yet because they just got laid off. They're like, oh, you know what? I've been working, I've been stressed, completely stressed out. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And then right in the afternoon, some really, really bad news happened, guys. Really, really bad news. The U.S. and Israel actually hit an oil facility, the largest oil facility in Iran, and Iran responded in kind by hitting oil refineries in Bahrain, the UAE, I believe Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia. And I think they also hit a few stuff in Israel as well. So now we're turning into an energy war. This is not something we want. We do not want, no matter how you feel about what's going on right now, guys. We do not want an energy war. An energy war does not help anybody. Us in the West, we're going to see it. Go outside right now. Yesterday, I was talking to you about gas prices. Go outside right now, and if you have a neighborhood gas station, go look to see where gas prices are right now, and I can guarantee you it's going to keep going higher. Now, what we don't want to have is another escalation with this thing, because if we do have another escalation, this is what when you might start hearing attack on desalination plants. Desalination plants, if you guys don't know, so most of the Middle East, especially the UAE, Saudi Arabia, these people rely on 90% of their water comes from desalination plant. What exactly is a desalination plant? If you do not know, so those they are taking seawater and they process that. This is how they are able to have fresh water to use in those countries. So if those things get hit, this is going to be pretty bad. All right, so those few catalysts there, that those things got together and really give us a pretty brutal day. Tomorrow might be another interesting day because right now it seems like we did we tell traders that trap. If we open lower, we might see some more panic because some people don't want to hold that much pin. So in today's video, I'm going to really break down exactly what move the market might be making over the next couple of days, especially tomorrow, the probabilities of whether we're going to go up or whether we're going to go down. So we are going to watch those levels, and we're going to see exactly how those levels that I gave you guys yesterday played into today. Now, if you guys are here, I appreciate you being here. Please make sure to like this live, subscribe if you haven't doing so. If you are watching on replay, I appreciate you. Make sure to like, subscribe, drop me a comment, ask questions. Feel free to do that. Anytime you guys ask questions, I will always try to come back and answer them right away. If that's not that are things I did not have a chance to actually answer to you guys in the comments. All right. Again, I must let you guys know that I am not your financial advisor. Nothing I say here is any suggestions for you to buy, hold, or sell. Remember, what I'm doing is translating what I'm reading from the stock market based on the charts and letting you know how myself, Coach Lord, is executing. All right. If you guys do want to trade, I do encourage you guys to do your own due diligence. If you don't know what you're doing, make sure to contact a financial advisor. And a big warning that trading does incur does comes with a lot of risk, including loss of capital. So make sure you do your own due diligence and make sure you do your homework. Now, on this channel, you guys already know what we do here. What I do here specifically is stick to the charts, giving you guys the probabilities. This is not based on my feelings or fluffs or what I would like to happen. What I'm giving you guys is the scenarios on both sides and telling you what's the higher probability, whether we're going to have an up day or a down day based on probabilities. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Empire Path from NYCIC. I appreciate you always being here. Let's get right into it, guys. And we're going to start right with the SPX. Here we go. Got the SPX pulled up. Let's go on the daily time frame and let's see what's going on. Again, this is the lowest close we've had. This is where I'm expecting this to go. This is where I'm expecting this to go. We again, let's go back to what I always talk to you guys about. Is still POP over here. That's never going to change. Process over profit. Process over profit. It is that POP. You follow the process, the profit will come. So do not go out and just start chasing profit. If something already left you, just let it be. Right now, when I told you guys I was putting on those short positions, where were we? We were way up there. That's actually, no. Let's go to SPY since the S&P 500 is what we used. Exactly. Okay. This is what I was telling you guys right there. This is where they pushed it up to go and trap retail traders. I do feel bad for some retail traders who got completely trapped up there. Right now, I don't see a way out for them, unfortunately, unless they just want to get out. Because it seems like right now, making that newer low seems like we're probably going to go down to this level. Because I don't see, let me see, there's a bit of support here right around 658. Now, I must tell you guys, earlier in the day, as we were sort of like doing a bit of a rallying up, I added to my shorts. I did. And by the end of the day today, I actually closed some. I took some profit off. I closed some. I'm still holding some. Once again, I've been telling you guys when I'm buying those things every single time. Let's see exactly what we did. So we sort of got down, right? We sort of got down. This is the day. We sort of got down a little bit. Open here, do a fake pull up, just to trap people, and then we push down. Now let's see where we are with the MACD. MACD is pointing straight down, and look at this. Look how oh my goodness, look at that red. That shows you it's not fading. It's not fading. So that's showing you we actually gaining momentum, and that to me is dangerous. That is dangerous. All right. So let's dig in a little bit to see what we should be expecting. Going in the 4 hour time frame. Again, guys, I talked to you guys about that. I talked to you guys about that specifically. This is most likely what we were going to see. There's that drop, there's that pop, there's that again right here, and this is what we did. All right, so you guys can see it. We squeezed up to go target overnight. We tagged it overnight, and then we are dropping once again. And now we are lower than this right now, so we are under all the moving averages. And worst thing, looking at the 4 hours, we just crossed down. We just had this course on the 4 hour time frame, and as you can see the MACD flip, and it just flipped. And to have that in negative territory, this is not very good. This is not a good thing. And we having this course down, it's still high. So that means we have room to still do something like that, to go much, much lower. That means we have room. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I couldn't tell you guys, but let's see. If I wanted to look to see where we might maybe do a bit of a pop. Let me see. I could even try to do it this way. Mm-mm. Oh, this is tough. This is going to be tough because that needs to be connected all the way here. Meaning we can drop all the way to here. So this is my target for tomorrow. 654. That's my initial target for tomorrow, 654. But depending on how things go, we might go even lower than that. Let's go in the 2 hour time frame and see what we are doing in the 2 hour time frame. Interesting enough, if we look at the 2 hour time frame, what exactly are you guys seeing here? Let me remove that. James, I see you, man. What's up? If you look at the 2 hour time frame, what we did, we went and do a double top because we squeezed overnight. We were here. We squeezed overnight, went and do a double top right at the trend line, and then we just pushed down. That is a clean, clean push. But I would say that double top move is now, this move is now completely done. All right. Now, which other move might happen? All right. We see which other move might happen. We have to wait and see how things are going to develop. Let's go into 30 minutes. The 30 minutes, you guys can see the drop that we had. That drop was violent. We went down, we consolidated, went down, and we are doing the exact same thing again. But that move is done. This is what I want to let you guys know. Look at that. We drop, consolidate right in here, and we made the second leg. Now we're doing this again. Can or is it like likely? So the likelier option I'm seeing is maybe another leg right there, which would be the leg for this. All right. So that initial move is done. So we have to wait. This is what I will be watching for. This is my base. Now let me get something that I can draw this straight. This is my base right here. 659 tomorrow. If we actually go below this level tomorrow, that means we are most likely on the way down. All right. Let's see. Alert. Let me just put that there because I did not have this. Oh, I've crossed it up. There you go. Oh no, 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 no. Delete. Actually, let me just redo that over because I'm messing things up here a little bit, guys. Just putting that right there. Done. Donezo done. And by the way, if you guys are here, just remember to like. I'm checking the chat to make sure everybody, if anybody has any questions. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Um, okay, so I'm looking at that. So this is the level I'm watching at. All right. If we do have a bit of a pop, I want to see, do we go test this to come back down? This is one of the things I'm going to be watching as well. All right. So these levels, we should see reaction right at those levels. All right. Taking a quick look at the MACD. The MACD right now in the 30 minutes, it looks like maybe that's a move that might be done overnight. We shall wait and see what happens. What I don't like about it is how far down this thing is. It's so far down, it's not impossible to see a curl up and then pull right back down. This is the likely move. A higher probability. This is the move I'm looking at on a higher probability. Oh, let me just that. That is the higher. That's the move I'm looking at as far as the higher probability. All right. So tomorrow, but again, that doesn't mean specific. It doesn't mean that we cannot have a pop. A lot of things can change. I keep telling you guys, a lot of things can change. But as of right now, I'm going to be honest. Things look very, very, very grim. All right, things look very, very grim. Specifically with what's going on in the Middle East right now, things look very, very grim. You should say and answer some questions live after the live and give 10 minutes to answer questions about whatever. That's a good suggestions. Unfortunately, um, after the live, I do have a meeting with those guys, my paid members in the community. So I do have a meeting right after those lives. That's why I don't stay live. But if anyone, if you have any questions, you want it yourself or anybody else have any questions while I am doing this, I am more than happy to answer questions for you guys as this is going on, as I've done repeatedly. All right. So, but that's the reason I don't really have time to stay and answer lives. I'll give a few minutes, and sometimes I try to give the time for some Q&A, and I don't receive any questions, so I just shut it off. Pretty much. But feel free at any point if you guys have questions. If I have a list of questions, I can just address those questions right at the end of the live. I can do that as well. Once the live is over, I can answer those questions. You can drop them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you guys. All right, so that's the S&P 500. The Qs did not perform any better. Now, the one thing we had with the Qs, let's go on the daily and see where we are. The one thing we had with the Qs, once again, we lost this bit of consolidation level. We lost it. Now, we still have a little, little support like right down here. We still have that. So we're still on top of that. We have not completely broken down yet. Unfortunately, if you look at the MACD, we just made a lower low. This is a bearish divergence, so meaning most likely we're going to go down. And we have this course down right on the negative side. That's on the negative side. Again, just talking about letting you guys know that once again, when I'm talking about the MACD being negative, I'm talking about this. All right. So this is the neutral line right here. This is the negative line. This is the positive line. So whenever a stock or the market itself is going down, and you see you making a lower high in the MACD in negative territory, this is very very bearish. All right, this is very 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 bearish because that means sellers at this point are in control. Sellers are in control. A lot of retail traders are trapped, and I'm seeing a lot of. Don't get me wrong. I talk to you guys about that all the time. That hey, we do have manipulation in the market. I talk about things like that all the time. You can spot it. A lot of times you can see it. But there are things you can do to make sure that you don't get trapped. It's going to happen, right? Sometimes they do some really, really funky stuff, especially if you trade intraday. If you trade intraday, you will see them, right? When they're hunting stop losses, when they're doing things like that, you will see it. But if you swing trading, first of all, this market is not in the best condition for you to be swing trading. Not the best condition for that right now. But if you are, there are ways to spot a few things because you have time to check multiple time frames before you take a trade. You can spot setting levels. So what you do when you in a market that's a bit either it's range bound or they trying to artificially keeps it up, you're going to see things being rejected at the exact same level every single time. They just allow retail traders to push it up, and you will see whether it's a stock or the market, it will go up on very low volume, as I've been demonstrating to you guys. Goes up on low volume, but goes down on massive, massive volume. That's the way the game is played. Those guys have specific levels they want to get out. Hey, we can just let the machines come in, buy a little bit, trick with the traders into buying it up. And when you stay in, you're like, hey, I'm up 40% on this trade, so you're trying to hold for 100%, 200% move. Before you know it, you wake up the next day and that play just turned negative on you. All right, so this is how we try to stay away from these things, guys. Let's go right back into the chart. Let's dig in. Let's dig in and see where we are. 4 hour time frame. Again, you guys can see what we did here. This looks so perfect. This was a double top with a lower right shoulder. Easy. And again, if you decided to do a trend line on this, had you decided to do a trend line, you guys can see the trend lines is exactly like that. You can see it. No matter where you take it from, if you want to take it from this high and just put it straight down to this level, say, hey, I'm just going to negate this one. This is what we have right there. Now, on the downside, you can see, hey, you know what? This is where we are. We have a bit of a trend line. That's our 4-hour trend line. This is what I'm going to be watching for. Can we break this? And if we do break it, most likely with trend line, this is what happens. If we break it, most likely we will retest it. All right. So how exactly? I want to give you guys a quick trick. How exactly do I trade when I have trend lines? If it just break it, I'm not taking this trade yet. All right. So this is what I need to see. Let me use a different tool so because that would show easier. Okay, so we have this. I want to see this break, but I'm waiting for that retest. And on the retest, if you want to play it aggressive, you can take the first red candle you see on the way down. Sometimes I do it that way. It's a little riskier. That's very aggressive trading. But the very simpler way to doing that is this: break, retest, move. Now, where is your entry? I'm gonna let you guys take a quick look at this. I know we cannot you cannot have this as interactive as I would like to be, like live. Where exactly would your entry be here? I want you to have a spot in your head, and going to let you know two possible entries that you can take. All right. The aggressive entry is you're going to try to take that right up there as soon as you have a red candle. That's aggressive. So you're taking that right here. Very aggressive, lower probability, very aggressive, highest reward. So high risk, high reward play. Now, what's more on the conservative side with a higher probability is to wait for a break of the previous low. Let it come, break this low, and you take it right there and continue that move. So you just taking the second leg, and guess what? You don't shoot to get the whole second leg. You just want to take it from here to here, and you out. One thing I've learned. This is one thing I've learned. I learned that from my mentor, and I've seen that experience as well. If you are getting in every single positions, when you're getting in, you're getting exactly at the reversal. That is very aggressive. But if you are holding and you're getting out exactly at the bottom, you're holding too long. The best way to feel like your strategy is great and you can replicate that and use that over and over is knowing once you get out, whenever whatever spot it is that you get out, that stock should be going a little further than where you get out because at some point it's not going to get exactly to the bottom. At some point you're going to have a few trades that they didn't get all the way there. Maybe they got right through here and they reverse. All right. But guess what? If you make it a habit of always getting out here, right? You get in here, you get out, you get in here, you get out right there. If it gets here, it's okay. Or at least take off some profit at this level. Take off some profit and leave someone with a stop loss right there to see if you get the whole move. You can do that, or you can just get in, get out. Especially if you're day trading, there's no let me see something right. If I'm day trading, I'm getting out. All right, that's what I'm doing. If I'm day trading with options, I'm just putting my stop loss. I get somewhere, I take my stuff, and I get out. Unless you have a platform that allows you to use trading stops, right? If you have a platform that allows you to have trading stops, then you can put a trading stop on and just see if it could one and just see what it does. All right, all right. Now that's enough. That's enough teaching on this, guys. Let's get back to breaking down the charts. Exactly. So, anyway, that's the move I'm waiting for tomorrow, based on this in the 4 hour time frame. And as you guys can see, once again, we are making a lower high in the MACD, lower high crossing down, doing a bearish divergence, meaning the likelier way the market is going to go is down. I told you guys that yesterday. The market likes to take the least resistance path. All right. Now, unless there's news that can give it momentum or it gaps down, the market likes to use those supports to have a bounce. All right. So if we don't actually gap down tomorrow on this level, we might actually have a green day. Or we might pop early in the morning. Things like that can happen regardless of all the bad news and everything else that you see happening. Don't be surprised if we have something like that happen tomorrow. Let's go to the 2 hour time frame. The 2 hour, again. This is why I'm telling you. I'm gonna let you guys know the Bears are in control right now, because what exactly are we seeing? We're seeing lower highs. We're seeing lower highs. All right. So this is a high. This is a lower high. This is a lower high. Now the good news is we are making higher lows also. That's the silver lining. We're also making higher lows. So that means right now, I would say it favors the Bears right now because of where we are, and that's the cues. The SPY, the Bears are in control right now. Sellers are in control in the SPY. Bulls might come in tomorrow and do something, which would be great if they can. But when it comes to the cues right now, I would give the edge to the Bears, but it's more like a 55-45. The S&P 500, the SPY, the Bears have an edge by 70-30. That's the way I put it. I mean, I'd even go as 80-20. All right, checking the 30 minutes time frame. The 30 minutes does not look very good. If you look at the after hours market, it does not look very good because it seems like it just want to take, again, this little grayish part that you guys are seeing right here. This is after hours. That's after the market close. We can see exactly what's going on here. So it seems like we're actually dropping a little lower. All right, let me see. Do we have any questions? Okay, we don't have any questions. Once again, guys, if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat for me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. And if you are here, give me a thumbs up, give me an emoji, give me a fire emoji, give me a coffee cup, anything. I'll take a soccer ball, anything, because those interactions really help the live. Guys, as I say, I've been saying over and over, and I keep seeing the additional views coming in with those lives every single day. I'm seeing more and more and more views, and I appreciate you guys being here, and you guys that are constantly making sure that you are leaving me comments and giving me a thumbs up and interacting while I have those live on. And now we're gonna let's take a look at the VIX. I covered the VIX with you guys. Excuse me. I covered the VIX with you guys yesterday. What did I say? I told you guys this is a falling wedge pattern, and the VIX seems like it was fixing itself for it to pop. Let me see. I think we have a question here. Okay, I see that. Unfortunately, I think it's on replay that you can actually watch that on different languages. I don't know for sure if we have that in French. But I know we have a ton of languages already done automatically by YouTube. They told me that's something that was done. I do know a couple of Spanish viewers in Brazil, and I believe it was in Belize. I had a comment from somebody that told me they can now watch the lives in Spanish. So I know you can get it in Spanish. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can have the translation live, because it's live. That would be a little hard to actually have the translations live. All right, so taking a quick look at the VIX. I told you guys yesterday. This is why you guys see I'm doing this in the live. I told you guys exactly the move we should be anticipating looking at the VIX. What the VIX pretty much did is just, you look at that, it just hogs It just hogs the downward trend line on the falling wedge, and then it popped. I told you guys this is what I was seeing, and then it happened. We got the pop. Now we're back to positive. Let's take a look at that on the daily. On the daily, this is how much that thing popped, right? And I was saying you guys, hey, what is the best way to trade that? What is the best way to trade that? Trade the VIX. Taking a look at it, it would be to buy it to go up because it was a low risk, high reward trade. So if you did take that trade right down there when I talked about it, this was right around 21. This is popped all the way to 25. If you trade options on the UVXY, if you trade options and you pick your strike price properly, you should have made some good money trading the VIX. All right, and this is what I keep telling you guys. Let me just take a step back to show you guys once again. This is what I told you guys to do. Well, let me just rephrase. This is what I told you guys that I was doing. When it comes to trading during this market, ways to protect your portfolio is buy puts, buy the VIX. You can see those things here. Buy puts on SPY, QQQ, DIA, IWM. Buy the VIX. You can buy the VIX or the VIXY or the UVXY. Don't buy anything that's less than 90 days so that at least you give yourself a little time. Buy defensive stocks, buy stocks that pays dividends, day trade, or stay in cash. There's nothing wrong with staying in cash and staying on the sideline. I know a lot of you guys, it is a hard thing to do, not just you guys. It is a tough thing to do to stay on the sideline, but sometimes that's what you need to do. One thing I also want to talk to you guys about again. If you look at the VIX right here, what exactly do you guys also see? I don't know if you guys can see that right side, but let me put it here. The VIX popped 12% today. Don't do me that. The VIX popped 12% today. What exactly do I tell you guys every single time when the VIX pop 12%? It means we have an 85% probability of a reversal within the next two trading days. It's not 100%, but it's 85%, meaning we might get a green day tomorrow or maybe Friday. We might get a green day. It's not set in stone, but this is what it is because the VIX is now elevated, and this is something that might happen. And every single time I've told you guys about that over the past couple of days. You see it happens every single time, either the first trading session or the second trading session. We constantly have that. Yeah, I don't think we have live dubbing yet, James. Unfortunately, I don't think we have live dubbing yet. I think they said they were working on it. We'll just see. With AI being possible now, so we have to see exactly how that plays out. But as of right now, I don't think that's something they have. But they did say they sent out an email to creators to let them know they were working on live dubbing. All right, now let's take a look at the 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour time frame. This is what's crazy with this, right? The 4 hour time frame is still in negative territory and has not even crossed up yet, which means the VIX still have some room to go. The VIX still have some room to go. All right, this is the downward trend line. Seems like we're breaking above it. Let me take a look at that. If we let me just push that a little lower. There you go. So we break above it. That's the 30 minutes. We already break above it. What I would what I would need to see is possibly a retest before we pull up. I mean, it may not do it, but typically when you have a falling wedge pattern like this, it breaks and we have a move to the upside. Especially if it does that move, to come retest, it has a nice daily support level right there to bounce off of, so it can actually squeeze up. Taking a look at the 2 hour time frame, the 2 hour time frame is still in negative territory down there, but it does have momentum. Now, if this actually squeeze up, I can see this happen. All right. So if we squeeze up tomorrow, I think Friday we're gonna have a green day because we might have that, or at least in the morning we might be green in the morning and then fade toward the end of the day. So this is where we are right now. This is where we are, and that's what we're looking at. That's the VIX. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. Again, I told you guys that yesterday. So this is what happens with Bitcoin. This is the 2 hour time frame. I did not see 85 coming. I just did not see it yet because I told you guys, hey, we are making lower highs. I think it was on the 30 minutes. I did that. Yeah, that was on the 30 minutes. And I told you guys, hey, we making lower highs. And I created this little bit of wedge right here. That's that low. That's the wedge I created for you guys yesterday, and you see it. So we keep coming, and it actually come all the way through. It closed it, and as soon as it closed it, and we fall. We fell, and we fell hard. We fell hard. Right now, the problem with Bitcoin, I told you guys, I think when I look at the 2 hour time frame, I told you guys, hey, it seems like we are making a possible head and shoulder pattern, and that actually played out, so we dropped. Now, what exactly are we looking at with Bitcoin? We're looking at a possible bear flag, right? So big drop, a little bit of consolidation, and the likelier move to happen. Now we close below, we are currently below resistance level now. Previous support, that was resistance. Most likely, that would be a move down. If I go on the daily, what you guys can see, again, what is the what I tell you guys about once again? When you have a breakout, when there's a breakout, just like we have this, you don't jump into this. We need to have it's three ways to call that. Some people call it acceptance, some people call it confirmation, some people call it continuation. They all mean the exact same thing. Meaning, this candle right here should have closed higher than this level. So higher than the breakout candle. It never confirmed. It never confirmed. Instead, what it did is an evening star, and we have an evening star on the daily being formed. If you look at those three candles, we have an evening star being formed right at resistance level. This is a super, super bearish pattern. Super bearish pattern. All right. It's about 9:41. If you have any questions right now, the best time to ask any questions you guys may have. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys may have. I'm gonna take the next 5 minutes to 3 to 5 minutes to stand on my little bucket and just talk to you guys right now. We are pretty much done with the charts. I already told you guys, give you guys the levels. You guys see exactly the probabilities, what we are looking at, levels we will be looking for tomorrow. So now it comes to the point where I try to give you guys a bit of words of encouragement. If you made any money trading today, congratulations. If you are here watching and you did day trade, you took some trade, just let me know in the chat. If you are watching on replay, drop this in the chat, and let me know. Let me know what you trade. Would love to know if you have a specific strategy you're currently using that because you had to switch. Let me know. That'd be great. So I want to talk to you guys once again is because I know it's something that is difficult, right? So today, if you unfortunately, if you did not have any hedge on your portfolio. Today was a horrible day. There's no sugarcoating it. I'm not saying you should sell. I'm just saying I understand you too. It was painful today. All right. So this is why personally I hedge my portfolio. Regardless of what's going on today, I was green and I was green. I'm not gonna say it was one of my best days, but it was right there, right in the middle. It was not a best hit. It was a good day. But that's because I hedged. So, but if you didn't do that, this is not about me. So if you didn't do that, that's okay. It's never too late. The thing I keep telling you guys again is trading has a lot to do with your psychology. So make sure you write up there mentally. And I'm going to reinforce that with you guys every single time. If you truly want to trade, if you truly want to be a good trader, you cannot just dip your toe in and not do the work. You must do the work. Have a trading plan. Stick with it. Give yourself some accountability. All right. Whenever you violate your trading plan, how exactly do you make yourself pay for that? Because the only person that can hold yourself accountable is yourself. Because remember, you're trading. You're not trading for somebody, right? So make sure you have some sort of accountability in place. Like for example, right now it's horrible outside right now, and I go to the gym a few times a week. One of the things I hate to do the most at the gym is squats. So when the weather's nicer, when I break my rules, I'll go and run 2 miles. Now that it's cold outside, I go upstairs. I'm like, okay, no matter what, I have to do at least 100 squats. I hate doing squats. I'll be completely honest with you guys. That's not something I like to do. But you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable. And the good thing is, once again, if you still have an account, you did not blow your account today, you're still in the game. You're still in the game. Maybe today you take the trade, it didn't work today. Make sure you are following. You have a plan that is tested. You are following your strategy. Come back again tomorrow. Do the same thing. Don't just change your plan to tomorrow just because the trade didn't work today. That's not a plan. Your plan don't change every single time. And one thing I'm gonna let you guys know as well. If you cannot explain your trading plan to somebody who do not know how to trade, they may not be able to execute it, but for them to understand it, and you cannot do that in about 1 minute or less, your trading plan is too complicated. Too complicated. And anything complexity is not your friend when it comes to trading. Try to keep things as simple as you can. Try to keep it as simple as you can, and you're going to be okay. I know some people like they have this indicator and that indicator needs to do this, and I need to see this pattern, and I need to see this thing. Like I hear people. I'll be completely upfront with you guys. I hear people talking about Elliott wave and all this. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of that, but I'll be honest with you guys that I could not explain the Elliott wave to you. Why? Because I have a trading plan that is very simple that does not include that. I don't need to include it to include all this stuff in that. You don't need to learn every single thing out there. You just need to learn yourself and know some of the things that aligns with your character, which is one of the things I do when I teach. I try to see where you are exactly, what your character is, what kind of trading would be best for you. And if you're not ready, I will let you know. I will let you know right up front. I don't think you're ready to trade by yourself. um, Even though I've been teaching you, I see you practice. I see you still psychologically still not ready to be on your own. You need more practice time. Even though our course has been concluded, you have the trading plan. You need to practice it more so you can get ready. What did you say here? POP did great today and yesterday. Man, that POP system, this is what we use. If you don't know what James is referring to because you're not in the community, POP, that's our well, that's my a bit of a strategy that I develop, and I just go exactly by that. It's a process that I develop to take trades to pass evaluations on trading futures. So if you are interested in trying to pass a futures account, please make sure to hit me up, contact me. Let's figure it out. I have helped many different people pass accounts. If you come to the live, if you come to the community on WhatsApp, the link is in the description. If you come to the community, you will encounter many different people that have passed accounts in there. I have a proven strategy. That's the POP strategy. This is what we use. 25 push-ups whenever I miss a wide open entry. That is a good thing. That is a good thing. You have to trust yourself. Have to trust the levels. All right. The levels are the levels. When you see them, you have to take them. If you don't take them, when you see them, you're going to miss entries. All right. That's where the psychology comes in. I would encourage you guys to do any combination of these things: exercising, reading, listen to podcasts, meditate, um, do yoga, whatever it is. You need to find something that you can do to calm yourself down, calm your mind so you don't do anything crazy. And last thing I'm going to mention once again, because I always tell you guys these things. I have many of these cubes. All right. In case I don't find one, I find another one. That old school cubes. When I'm sitting here, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here and I'm just doing this. All right. So you guys can see that. Not just doing this, but I'm solving them. Right. What that does for me, it removes the bottom. It removes the bottom where it's like now you, because when you board, you start seeing trades that's not there. You start taking things that does not align with your trading plan. When you board, these kind of things happen. So what you do is you find, as you're waiting for certain levels, you can go right on. I'm gonna share my screen one more time. If you don't, if you, one of the things that is great for you to do, if you're waiting for a specific level, if you don't know how to do that, you do a right click on trading view, right click, add alerts, put it for crossing up or crossing down, or you can just put it crossing, right? So if I just want to know whenever Bitcoin crosses 71,347, I come here, I put this alert, I put there. I put that there. All right. You can step away from your computer if you want. You can just sitting there doing this, and guess what? Now you're not forcing it to try to take a trade when you have not reached your levels yet. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this here, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Take care. If you have any questions, anything, feel free to shoot me a note, drop me a message, and let me know. For those of you guys that are new here, just a reminder: I do have a community on WhatsApp. The main lobby is free to everybody. There are some restricted rooms, but the main lobby is free to everybody. You can network with other traders. You can see sometimes when I drop a couple of things as far as maybe some news that's coming in, some things that I drop every now and then. Again, this is on WhatsApp. The link is on the description of this video. Feel free to click on the link during the community. And if you have any issue, you can shoot me a message directly, or you can drop a comment in one of those lives or any of my videos, because I respond to every comment and I will make sure to accommodate you. Well, guys, it's been well. It's been fun. Take care. Have a good one. I appreciate you guys being here. Again, as we always conclude, the way I conclude the live, don't be too greedy. Don't do anything crazy. It is POP. It's process over profit. You follow the process, the profit will follow. You stick with that. And in this market, if you are day trading, it is get in, get green, get out. Don't overstay your welcome. All right? It's get in, get green, get out. With that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. Have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow again on the live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Take care and have a good one. Peace out.